This is from Harlan Ellison's trilogy, I believe, Deathbird Songs. I've parsed it a lot, the whimper of whipped dogs. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers. On the night after the day she had stained the louvered window shutters of her new apartment on East 52nd Street, Beth saw a woman slowly and hideously knifed to death in the courtyard of her building. She was one of 26 witnesses to the ghoulish scene, and like them, she did nothing to stop it. Beth caught it all in jagged flashes, the man, the woman, the knife, the blood, the expressions on the faces of those watching from the windows. Then lights clicked off in the windows, but they still stood there watching. She looked up and around at the windows of darkness where the others still stood, even as she had stood, and somehow she could see their faces. The women stood with their nails biting into the upper arms of their men, their tongues edging from the corners of their mouths. The men were wild-eyed and smiling. They all looked as though they were at cockfights, breathing deeply, drawing some sustenance from the grisly scene below, an exhalation of deep, deep sound, as though from caverns beneath the earth, flesh pale and moist. And it was then that she realized the courtyard had grown foggy, as though mist off the East River had rolled up 52nd Street in a veil. But the fog was unnatural, thick and gray, and filled with tiny scintillas of light. She stared at it, rising up in the empty space of the courtyard. Beth saw eyes. In the roiling vapors of chill fog, something lived. Something brooding and patient and utterly malevolent had been summoned up to witness what was happening. The shadowy play was being staged not only for the tenants in their windows, watching and drinking of the scene, but for some other, not on frigid tundra or waste moors, not in subterranean caverns or on some faraway world circling a drying sun, but here, in the city. Here the eyes of that other watched. Nights later, she had come home from the Lincoln Center Ballet and gone straight to bed. Lying half asleep in her bedroom, she heard an alien sound. A black man in a leather car coat was trying to get out of the apartment. He came for her, arms hanging casually at his sides. She was going to die, and she was frightened. He whirled her around, bent her backwards across the wrought iron railing. Her face was turned outward. They were standing in their windows, watching. Through the fog, she could see them watching. Through the fog, she recognized their expressions. Through the fog, she heard them breathing in unison, bellows, breathing of expectation and wonder. Through the fog. Up there were eyes. A new god, an ancient god, a god who needed worshippers and offered the choices of death as a victim or life as an eternal witness to the death of other chosen victims. She knew she had to call out to make an appeal to try and win the approbation of that God. Him, take him, not me. I'm yours. I love you, I'm yours. Take him, not me. Please, not me, take him, I'm yours. And the black man was suddenly lifted away, wrenched off her and off the balcony, whirled straight up into the fog-thick air in the courtyard. And the form took firmer shape, enormous paws with claws, and shapes that no animal she had ever seen had ever possessed. And the burglar, black, poor, terrified, whimpering like a whipped dog, was stripped of his flesh. They were worshippers at a black mass the city had demanded be staged, not once but 1,000 times a day, in this insane asylum of steel and stone. Now she was on her feet, standing half naked in her ripped nightgown, her hands tightening on the wrought iron railing, begging to see more, to drink deeper. Now she was one of them, as the pieces of the night's sacrifice fell past her, bleeding and screaming. Now she was taken to the bosom of her God.